All right, apologies guys for the delay. Had some issues with some of my settings and the account, but now I'm all set. Apologies. I see many of you around already. Good morning. Hope you guys are having a good time. And right about now, you know the drill. We will pray and then get into the session as always, straight on. So let's pray and get started. Our Father, we say thank you for the beautiful morning. Thank you for today. Thank you that it's a Monday, 29th of September, and we are just counting one day to go to finish this month. We've seen your goodness, we've seen your mercy, we've seen your grace upon our lives through trading and as we are making money online. And as we start this week, Lord, we are saying thank you for last week's profits, and of course we say thank you for these other profits that we are going to make in these remaining days of this month, and of course for the whole week, because we know you're the God of good success. You will grant us good success, good profits in this very week as we even enter the new month. We give you praise, we give you all the honor. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. All right, so as usual, let's get into it. So we started off with we always start off with crash 500. You know the drill. So let's get into crash 500. All right, let me first change that color. All right, so crash 500. So we last time we saw it on Monday, on Friday. We were looking for, let's see, first go to H1. So we wanted this, then that, then we continue with a breakout. Actually the breakout happened before it can give us that kind of another pullback, and this was supposed to be our perfect entry to continue with sales. Clearly you can see what happened there. So as we speak now, we are in a downtrend. So I want to delete all this now. I want to delete all that, even this, it has to go now. Yeah, so we have a breakout there on that order block. Let's go now. This is H1, H4, so these can go. This is what we saw there, right about there. So now go to daily. So according to daily time frame, we are seeing prices aiming to reach this order block according to daily time frame. According to H4, we are oversold, but we have a break of structure right there according to price action, meaning we are still very bearish. So looking at H1, I see that right there. That is what I see. This is a straight line right there. Yeah, we can have it as a straight line from there. Now of course, yeah, this is still continuing. In fact, it is continuing right now to come to this level. It's actually continuing to come to that kind of a level right there. So it's coming there. Of course, that is of course on H1 and H4. This whole move is still on. This whole move right there is still on. That whole move right there is still on. So as much as we want, I mean, H4 is showing us oversold. It's far away from being oversold. It's still going in for the sales. So I want to delete that. So can we enter some sales now on H1 on M15? No. What can we do? We can wait for a pullback, probably. If it comes around here, then that could be our sell entry. Yeah, if it can come around there or to this fair value gap that it has left according to M15. According to M30, we are still looking for sales. H1, we are, yeah, it is saying buys, but not the case. We know that price action says different. So right now, wait for the pullback. So the pullback is happening, of course, on M5 and M1. So if we can actually wait for the M5 confirmation of this pullback. Yeah, we can wait on M5 for the confirmation of this pullback. We can wait on M5 for the confirmation of these pullbacks, and then scalpers can have a say in this move, in this pullback move according to M5 and M15, which will later push us into sales. So for now, I will not enter anything. I will leave it at M5. That is on. That was a boom, crash 500. I hope my sound is clear. Let's now head over to boom 1000. The reason I'm using this is not what I always use. The other input of mine has just been corrupted. I don't know why. I'll sort it out later, but as of now, let's go with that. It's kind of weird, but yeah, we will work. I sort of hate red. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but I think you will be able to see it. It has a shadow there, so let's leave it with that. All right, so boom 1000. So boom 1000, we on Friday, this is Saturday, Friday. So Friday we wanted a pullback to reach all the way there probably, and then bring us into sales. The breakout happened, short, came back to sales, failed to break this level right here, went back again and failed to break this level. So this one here, that's when the sales began. That would have been our perfect entry. Those who were with me, you remember we had entered sales here. You remember we entered sales here. Those who were with us on that analysis, we entered sales here, and I believe you guys were able to make that money. We made that money of this buy from there to there. Yeah, it started to sell. It failed to break that because we wanted it to reach there, but we had to take our profits around there. So right about now, I want to delete all this, and probably even this, because we know we are looking for sales. So even this can go. even this. Oh yes, this has now come all the way here, so this can wait. Let's now delete all this that we have here. Let's go to H4. So we want to look at H4. So clearly you can see the price tried to push, but it came all the way back to this OB where the buy momentum started from after this breakout. Yeah, so this can go, this can go, and now this move, we may never see it, this move here, but we cannot say that until we see on H1, I mean on daily time frame. Okay, so we wanted this pullback here to push for the buys after this breakout, and I believe we are now ready. I believe we are now ready. So that means we may never see this move here, this move down below here. We may, or we may actually see it. Why? Let's go to weekly. We may see it. Yeah, first delete this. We may see it. We may see it later, but apparently we are overbought. I mean, we are having some weird momentum of buys. Look at yesterday, look at today, how it has begun. Weird momentum of buys, so weird. Apparently all the assets, according to the signal from coming from CCI, shows that we are overbought. We are overbought. So if that means if we are overbought on almost all assets, I mean all time frames, then that tells us that we need to think of sales in a weird way. But we cannot think of sales. Looking at this that I have here, I cannot think of sales until price breaks this level. According to price action, I need price to break this level so that I can consider that as my reversal signal on M15. This is my higher high, my higher low, current higher high, current higher low, and this has gone to look for a new higher high. If price breaks this, high right there, then I'll be able to get a new higher high, which will mean that this will no longer matter. This higher high will no longer matter. That means I'll be considering the one which will be made here. So now we wait. I don't think I will trade this asset. Let me go to M5, M1. Yeah, I have to wait. I cannot enter any sales, nor either can I enter any buys. So it's a matter of waiting on this asset. But as you've seen, we have equal highs right there. Those equal highs can become our double top unless if price breaks through and continues with uptrend. Remember, according to M15, we've been in an uptrend. According to H1, we've been in an uptrend from that level. You can see this was a break of structure, break of structure, break of structure, and now we have equal highs right there, which can be a reversal signal to us, but we cannot consider it unless price comes actually down here to break this level. That will be my consideration. If I go to M5, yeah, same thing. So I will have to wait for this price to break here. All right, and now let's go to Boom 500. So Boom 500, let's see, Boom 500, Just a minute, just a minute, just a minute. I forgot to share the link. Just a minute. Let me just share this link so that I can continue. All right, so boom 500. So right there we wanted, this is Monday, Sunday, Saturday, Friday, so we wanted buys there. Those who remember, I missed, those who remember on Friday I was skeptical to make an entry here. I wanted to enter. I missed this entry, actually this one right there. It was according to M5. Those who remember, it was supposed to be according to M5, but I missed it right there, and I could not enter again when it was around there. So it went ahead and hit our target. You can see there, you can see this was our first target there. You can see that. So it hit our target, and then it started to reverse. So let's now look at H1. So hit our target right there on Friday, and then Saturday it started to reverse back into sales. So let's now look at today. First delete all that. So what is this? We need to know this. This is a break of structure. Now price has gone down below it. So go to H1. So we wanted price to actually come back to this fair value gap. It has reached it, and we are seeing now buys. This is what we wanted. When price gives us a pullback here, it comes to this fair value gap, and now we have it. So are we ready to enter? I think we are ready to enter when price comes again down here. So it is going to come down. So M15 should be selling. Yes, M15 is ready to sell. So we are going to sell this asset, then later buy it. All right, so we know what is going to happen. So can we delete this? Yes. Can we delete this? This is the move that we want. Apparently this is the move that we want now. It's a move that we want now. So this move is according to what? Let's look at daily. Daily is overbought, meaning if price comes back here and fails to break that higher high, then we will be seeing some downtrend starting. So delete this, delete that, we've already used it, delete this, delete that, and now we are in clear. All right, so come back to H4, come back to H4. H4, probably I would be looking at price coming all the way back to this level. Yeah, all the way coming back to that OB on H4. That would be the ideal, that would be the ideal entry. So if I go to H1, this is what I need, but according to H1 seems we are not ready to do a pullback, but M15 is sort of ready. So let's have this drawn up here on H1, may first reach there and then come down below. So for now we wait, for now we wait on M15 to give us the reversal. But from what I've just seen, price is likely to continue, and then later it comes down below. Looking at HM15, this was a change of character, and you remember it was not confirmed, meaning it will still come down to confirm this change of character, and this is the level that we are likely to see price come all the way back to. Now that we've seen all this, I cannot do anything to enter any sells, neither can I enter any buys. Looking at what we have here, according to M5, this has been an uptrend kind of structure. You can see market structure has been an uptrend on M5, same as in M15, having seen this reversal here. But until price gives us a reversal to start selling, probably from this OB or that conference area there, then I cannot enter anything. I will have to enter. It may first wait for H1 to probably reach that reversal on CCI, and then we get in with our downtrend to bring us here to confirm the buys according to H1, according to H4, and that will be pushing us from there. So my anticipation is simple. It's like that. So that is my anticipation. That is my anticipation there, and then we come in with sales. So until then, no business here. But if price gets below my 10 MA on M15, then I can start to think of some sales. But before I see something like that, I won't mess up here to look for any entries. All right. It seems it's a slow Monday from what I'm seeing. Seems to be a slow Monday from what we've so far seen across the three assets we've so far analyzed. Let's now go to V25S. So volatility 25 1S, on Friday we wanted that, then we probably get in with a sell that will usher us back into buys. So let's go to H4. This was a fair value gap right here that we wanted price to come back to, so it hasn't done that. But clearly this move that we wanted on Friday, it's actually happening now. This kind of a pullback, it's actually happening now. So that tells us that we may wait. First go to daily. I want to see this. So this move happened, so I can delete it. This move also has happened, so this actually can be the move, this one right here that we are currently on. So I may delete this. We may actually wait. No, this is actually, let me delete it. This move right here is on, but then we may actually get back into buys like so. Yeah, like how I had anticipated it on H4, not daily. Daily is a bit weird, so for now I will be looking for something like that. So go back to H4. We are looking for that pullback. Let's see, does Fib confirm this? Let's go to Fib. It may not actually come here. We have also this other fair value gap down here, which is likely to be the ideal one. So I will have two anticipations like that, down there and the one here. So for now, delete this. So here I'm seeing the higher low has been taken out, meaning the sellers are now strong to push for this kind of a move. So go to H1. Yeah, this was supposed to be our entry down here for the continuation of sales, but can we enter now? Yeah, it's gonna first consolidate. It's going to consolidate first, then we can enter the sales. Then we will be able to enter the sales. So for now, if you have a big account, then you can enter now to continue with sales, but I rather would wait probably for this current H4 to close. Let's see this current H4, wow, it's crazy what I'm seeing, or am I seeing something different? So it's gonna be crazy, but we are likely to see some consolidation for like about 4 hours. For like about 4 hours, we are likely to see consolidation. We are likely to see consolidation. So for now, I'm gonna wait. I have to wait on this asset, but we all know that once it breaks, it's gonna come for this move. So this is just a flag that is gonna consolidate in, and then later it breaks and continues with that downtrend. So if you're one of those that have a big account, then you can enter your sales and then have probably your stop loss above there and have your TP here, but knowing that this move can actually push us all the way. It's actually going to push us all the way to either this fair value gap here or the one down below according to H4. That is how we will be looking for that. So you know that sales are on, but you have to be patient. You have to be patient. All right, that's enough on this asset. Delete that. Yeah, it's according to daily, so that will be, this is a strong support here. That's a strong support. Let's go to weekly. We see what is happening. Weekly still needs some sales, and having seen that, I am sort of seeing also this, that as my trend line up there. Looking at the weekly, I see rejection coming in from buyers trying to push, but then it may not do much. This move right here is likely to come through according to weekly time frame. This move right there, that move right there is likely to come through. Yeah, so sales are on. All right, that's it. That's enough on V25S. I will be looking for sales. V75, let's go to V75. V75, we Wait a minute, what is happening? On Friday we wanted this, then we get in with the buys. Yeah, wait, let's go to daily. Oh yes, I've remembered. I made a loss here. Yeah, I made a loss here. I entered buys, but then I forgot to do what? I forgot to no, I entered sales. Actually, I entered sales looking for this move right here, looking for this move to reach this OB. So I ended a sell and I made a loss there, only to continue the buys. Then later the sales came through to break this level. So it was a mistake I made. That was according to I was unable to wait for some confirmation. It was actually one confirmation for that sell that I needed to wait for, and I missed it. I failed to do that, and I ended up paying for that mistake. So right here now we are clearly seeing continuation of sales. Yeah, continuation of sales. Let's see, that is on H1. Let's go to H4. Yeah, we clearly see that. Those who remember, I told you price will eventually reach this level as our TP. It reached it. Now we wanted it some buys on Friday here, but short ones. Then we continue sales. We saw them, even though we made a loss because of the entry we made, the poor entry we made. So now all this is no longer necessary. Now we can see that price of having given us a break of that break of structure, it gave us a pullback here to give us a lower high right here, and now after that lower high we clearly see another break of structure right there. But the momentum keeps on reducing as it continues to sell down below. You can see that after break of structure gave us a lower high then here, but now currently it's struggling to give us a new lower low. So let's go to daily. Let's go to daily time frame. Daily time frame, we are currently seeing as our break of structure right there according to daily time frame, meaning sales are continuing. Now we are aiming for the new lower low, and this will be the target. Remember that. This is gonna be the target right there. Why? Let me show it to you on the weekly time frame. This is the Y. Right there is the move from there to here. So this move is according to actually weekly. So this is likely to happen this week. This move is likely to happen this week. So can we go to, this is on V75, sales, no liquidity left back, yeah, nothing. So why can't we make this entry actually? Why can't we have this entry? Why can't we have that entry? This is an entry according to daily. You're looking at swinging it all the way to there. You're looking at swinging it all the way to there. You're looking at like a 1 to 3. It's a swing one. It may take days to reach there, so you're looking at swinging it all the way down below here. Why have I decided to do this according to daily? It's because I am not seeing I'm not seeing any liquidity left back unless there's some left back on H4, but I don't see it. I only see low momentum. That's what I only see. So I want to delete these there. I only see low momentum. There's no fair value gap. After price broke this, it will not come back again to it. So I don't see anything that is going to pull price back up there. I believe we are continuing with this weekly downtrend that we already know that is happening. Yeah. All right, so that's it. I have a break of structure on daily time frame, meaning sales are continuing. That's it. So now let's go to J50. This is a complicated one. If we go to M15, you will realize that buyers want to again try to push price above, but it's gonna be with low momentum. So it's up to you now. I've entered according to daily time frame, and my stop loss should be about there. Yeah, my stop loss is about there. Now if price comes in again here, I'll be adding more entries. I'll be adding more entries in here. Yes, but for now, that is my entry right there. The perfect entry should have been here when it gave us a lower high. In fact, here when it went below our 10 MA, that would have been a perfect entry. That is enough on V75. Let's now go to J50. Market is slow today, so it's gonna be crazy to make any money today. It's going to be crazy. Jump 50. Jump 50. We're looking for this fake breakout and then continuation of buys. You remember this here, this move here. This was on when? This is Friday. Let me see. Sunday, Saturday, Friday, Thursday, Wednesday. So this was the move, the anticipation according to Thursday, Wednesday, and now this happened. That pennant, so fake breakout came through, and this was a buy momentum that we were supposed to enter on Saturday. Saturday is when this momentum buy was confirmed. From there, that was wow. I would not have missed this if I traded on Saturday. This was something that was very clean, that no one should have missed to make this entry. Wow. All right, so that was what we missed on Saturday, and that would have been a good buy. So this move happened. You can see currently we are on that level, so this move never came through. This was according to H4. Remember, this was that level. If it went to that and reversed, that would have been given us heads and shoulder, but it did not. So now this move, that move, they are all now confirmed, so we can delete everything. We are now remaining with this move from there, which I told you it's likely to come ahead and take out those highs, and then it get us back into sales. But apparently, looking at what we have on H4, price seems to be continuing with an uptrend. Why? Because currently we see that as a break of structure, and price is not yet overbought even. So meaning the momentum of buyers is still continuing steadily. So now we delete that, delete this one right here. We have a support area here. It's a support area. Delete this. Go to H daily time frame. Daily time frame says we are overbought, but the momentum is steady with the uptrend. Coming to weekly time frame, same thing. Price is reaching our overbought according to CCI, and you can see we had a breakout there, which meant that this may be actually a fake breakout right there. That should be a fake breakout. You can see from there, this is the previous high and price is reaching it, so this is likely to be just a fake breakout to later bring us into this kind of a sell according to weekly time frame. Remember the previous trend before price went into this, it was a downtrend. This was the move. This was a downtrend. We were in a downtrend before price went into this kind of structure. So if we know that, then we know that it's likely to get us back into sales after it reaches that level. Of course, we have a break of structure here. According to what we see here, this would have been taken as a break of structure, meaning for us to confirm that we've started to sell, price will probably fail to give us a new higher high, because it's gonna give us a high here, then it can come down here, then probably go back up like that to confirm that it's ready to sell. That is according to weekly, remember that. But of course, if we go to daily, it will be something else. It will be us waiting already for the sales, but we have no way we can sell when we have a break of structure, meaning we have to wait on H4 and see what happens here. So for now, it's a no-go for me. I cannot enter buys, I cannot enter sales. I just have to be patient. So yeah, there's no way I'm trading this asset with this kind of weird market. No way. So this is a no-go. I cannot even focus on it until probably tomorrow if we get a clear structure. So J50, it's a no-go. Let's go to J25. Today's market is slow, I told you guys, so it's gonna be hard for us to make any monies unless you are looking for scalping moves. So J25, it's been consolidating for the past almost the whole week. Yeah, you can see how it has been moving. Saturday, Sunday, Saturday, Friday we saw that break of structure, only to come back again to the level that we were on already, and now you can see how weird it is, giving us a break of structure but again coming up again. Now looking at H4, yeah, you consider this as a higher low, as a lower high here, looking at H4, because this is a lower low, lower high. Now price tried to come again for a new lower low, failed. It has given us a higher high here, or one can say a change of character, but it's still very low momentum, meaning we cannot do anything. We cannot just conclude unless, all right, so we see some rejection down below here. Yeah, so that could be a sign, a good sign for the buys actually, from what I've seen. I see rejection here. This is Sunday, Saturday, Friday. This was a good rejection on Friday, then Saturday went in a sell, then Sunday was a sell. Now today is likely to be a buy, which will eventually give us a breakout here. So can we follow that kind of movement? I think we can. Looking at what I have on H4, the previous H4, it was sort of a hammer kind of, and the previous candles, they were pushing for buy momentum, meaning we can enter buys right here. So I'm gonna enter buys here I'm gonna enter buys here. I'm gonna enter buys here, and I'll put my stop loss just below here. That'll be my stop loss, and I'm gonna be looking at my TP as usual, right about there. That is where I'm looking for the TP, and this TP can even reach all the way up there, but I will first take that. So I've entered this. One can say I've entered this according to daily time frame and H4 actually. Yeah, one can say that, because I'm looking at price not coming again here. For the past 2 days it's been failing to break this level right here, so it means this level is likely a strong level. So that's why price has failed to break this level. Looking at H1, that is a level there, and that's where I've put my stop loss right about there. So I'm looking for buys to continue according to H4 and daily time frame, but of course according to M15 the buy is already on. Why? That is a change of character here. That is our change of character, or one can say we actually had a double bottom down below here. That is when the buying momentum started from, and here when price reacted to this level it confirmed that. So this should have been a perfect entry right there when it tested this level and started to go for this buy move. Now we had a second opportunity when it came back a bit down below. So now the buy is locked according to H1, H4 and daily time frame. This is the entry right here according to H4 actually. So my buy is on, and I'm gonna be holding this for some good days or time, whatever, until it reaches that TP. If it fails to get a weird momentum to take me out down below here, but as of now my entries are locked. My entry is locked. All right, that's it on J25. Let's go to J10 and we look at it. So the reason why I'm looking for swing trades mostly now is because one, the market is slow. Two, I also happen to join the competition, you know, that tournament of deriv. I believe you guys know about it. Yeah, so I happened to join it to see if the 900 plus guys who have already registered, if I can be among the top. So that's it. That's a challenge I'm on. If you guys can join me, you join me, and let's see if we can pull this off. So J10. All right, I think we are ready to sell this. Are we? Not really. So Friday J10, we never traded it at all. Why? Because it was still a weird move. We actually wanted to, this was Friday. This is H4. So Sunday, Saturday, Friday. So Friday we were here with that kind of a fake breakout. Yeah, and then look at what happened before Friday closed. It gave us that, having given us a double bottom right below here. That was something good. And look at that, what a perfect entry that we missed there on Saturday. Look at that. That is a setup that you know if you see, you cannot fail to make that entry. So we missed that on Saturday because I don't trade on Saturday, and this move came through, and look at that. So apparently according to H4 we are seeing this. So we had a breakout which was like sort of a fake breakout, and then now pulled back all the way into buys again, Now I want to understand what Fib says. So the Fib says we have already grabbed liquidity from the premium zone, meaning sellers are coming through, and currently we can confirm. Let me see, according to daily, today I started as a sell, having gone back to that. But remember, we wanted price to get at least that liquidity on that resistance, but it never reached it. But apparently, according to weekly, we are reaching that retracement level, meaning we will retrace back and look for something like this fair value gap that was left back here. This is where price can eventually come back to, or down below here a bit, and then we get back into the buys. So for now, no business until no, we are still buying. We are still in a buy trend. So don't make any mistake here. We are still in a buy trend. Please don't make any mistake. We are still in a buy trend or in an uptrend. So all it's gonna do is we wait for probably this H4 to close. Then we can come in with buys again, because according to H4 and daily time frame and even H1, buys are still on. Even M15 actually, the buys are still on. So that's why I won't be looking for any sells or any buys now. I have to wait for this H4 candle to close, or price to be above my 10 MA on M15, then I can come in with the buys. But until then, yeah, no business with this asset. I see you're saying on weekly time frame on J25. Let's see, J25 weekly. Yeah, weekly still says sells, but where we are, you've already seen that rejection on the previous week. So it all goes back to the rejection that we are seeing from this order block. Remember, this order block is a daily OB right there. So we are looking at price first reversing to give us a lower high here. We are anticipating a lower high there, then later we continue with a sell. So that's the reason why we are looking for buys. Apparently we have a break of structure there. You realize that this is a break of structure, meaning sellers still have the say, but all we are looking for is a pullback to give us a lower high. This is a lower low, so we are looking for a pullback to come all the way there for a lower high, then we can continue with sells. So if price gets a weird momentum and breaks this level, I told you we will continue with sells. But from this rejection that we are seeing here, we are likely to first see this pullback before we see the breakout here, before we see the breakout of this OB right here. So that's the reason why I entered my buys there. According to H4, there's a lot of rejection looking even on the daily, you can see. Alright, so J10 is done. I will wait for that. Now let's go to gold. Let's talk about gold. So gold, the analysis, those who remember on Friday, I told you that if you enter and you put your stop loss just here, those who remember, I told you the stop loss would be here, then the buy is gonna continue and hit the target. That was the target there that I told you about. Why? Because of this movement. That was our first TP, and that is how it came through. All right, this was our second TP, and even that came through to that OB. All right, so apparently those guys that followed that analysis and actually had enough money on the account to make that entry, congrats on your money. All right, so now let's go to H4. H4, we are still in an uptrend. We have a break of structure here, we have another break of structure right here, that is another break of structure right there. Now let's go to daily. Yeah, we're still in an uptrend, but I told you, remember guys, I told you we don't have previous data to show us the all-time high, the previous all-time high, and currently we are sort of getting that all-time high of gold according to the charts that we have currently, where my data stops. So that's why I can't look for buys. I have to wait for when it is making a pullback, to give us a higher low, then I can anticipate buys. But if it doesn't make a pullback for a higher low, then I cannot enter any buys. So that's why it is very, very weird. That's why it is very weird for us. So for now, no business with gold. No business with gold. It's still very bullish, but we cannot even anticipate to enter. According to H1, we are of course overbought, and we can see that is a weak high, meaning price can eventually break it and continue. But looking at CCI, we are overbought, of course. So it means anytime it will be looking for a pullback to come to the breaker block. So probably either that level or come down a bit below, and that could be your only entry, that you can anticipate. So let's go to M15, M5. Yeah, so we will be able to anticipate this pullback to look for a higher low. Yeah, so but for now I cannot do anything. This would be the scalping move on M15 and M5. The only way we can trade this asset now is to anticipate small trades according to M15 and M5, and of course M1 for sniper entries to scalp this asset. You cannot swing it. Why? Because it is unpredictable, apparently, because of where it is. We don't have any previous data that we can use to anticipate any more moves. Looking at the weekly, this is a break of structure that it hasn't come back to test. That was a break of structure right there. It hasn't come back to it, meaning there is a point where it will have to come down for this move. It even left a liquidity there. That's a fair value gap that it left. It will have to come for it, but we haven't gotten, it is not yet ready to do that. So meaning we have to be patient for when it decides to come back for this liquidity. So I am just like I'm saying, we have to be patient with gold. It will give us this kind of a sell, but it's not now, and we have to keep on waiting. Why do I say it's not now? This is a break of structure that we are seeing that has happened actually today. The day started from there. This is where the day started from, and look at the current candle that we have already today. That is how big this, that is how strong this buy momentum still is. So we rather just be patient. We will rather just be patient. Alright, so now enough of that. I hope you guys had a great time. Let's now do a recap and we call it a day. We are time bad, very time bad, so let's do a recap and we call it a day. Alright, so we started with crash 500 and we need buys there. So price hasn't reached where we wanted it clearly, so I believe it's still gonna spike again to reach this level, then we can enter our short buys up there. Boom 1,000, boom 1,000. All right, so boom 1,000, the sell has begun and price is below our 10 MA. Can we risk here to make that entry now? I think we should, but if I risk now, let's see, H4, yes, daily time frame, yes. How about weekly? Weekly, we wanted it to reach there. Wanted it to reach there, but sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it doesn't. So can we risk here or should we wait for H4? Looking at what I have here, it's very risky. It's very risky to sell now. It's very risky to sell now, but oh man, it's risky, but this would have been an entry for us right there. Price being below our 10 MA. You remember this is an equal high, meaning it can be a double top right there for us to confirm. But this neckline, most of the times you want to first see something like this, then pull back here, and then you get in with your entry right there. That is normally how we enter this asset. So if you want, you can have your entry right here, but then know that you're risking here because this is not yet confirmed. It's not a confirmation. You're risking. This entry is for the risk takers. But then if it breaks here, then you know that it will retest, and then this would be your perfect entry. When it gives this pullback, that will be your perfect entry. So for now, I've entered a risk trade. Why? I've entered because of M15 having given me the equal highs there, but also price being below my 10 MA. That is the reason I've so far entered. The other reason I will enter again is when it breaks this and tests. Then this would be my second entry when it gives me a pullback. Yeah. All right, that is on boom 1,000, boom 500. Still a no-go for us. We need it to probably come there for us to enter sales. Price is below 10 MA. It can actually continue, but remember, if it gives us a pullback all the way here, then we will enter buys. That's what we want actually in, and to enter that kind of move for so long. So looking at V25S, price has gone back to that trend line. We will be looking for sales to break through, and right about now it could be that time, I believe. Let's see. Yeah, it could be that time. It could be. Why not? Why not here? So it could be. I'm gonna enter my first entry here, but I also wait I will also wait. I will not put a stop loss. If it tries to give a fake breakout here, I will enter another entry. But as of now, I've entered. Why have I entered now? I told you I'm looking for swing trades that can push to here. Why? Because I'm in that competition, and I have to look for these kind of moves that can give me some huge profits over time. That's why I've made that entry right there. It's a sell. So even you guys who are looking at trading, intraday trading, you can enter and aim at taking your profits right there. That is your first TP right there. That is your first TP. That is your first TP on V25S. Why? Because that is a flag. I told you I teach these patterns that I use to trade. This is a flag there, and for a flag it always consolidates shortly and then breaks out to continue with the previous trend. The previous trend is a downtrend right there, and that is why we have our first TP here. Our second TP will be that to push all the way to reach here. V75, I entered the sell. Yeah, I entered the sell. I entered to continue with sells. So I told you also this is according to daily. And the reason why I entered is because we have a break of structure here, and I'm anticipating price to continue selling. So this is one of those that I've decided to have that big stop loss above there. Why? Because I'm looking for this to be a swing for not only today but for some good days. It may even be a week. So that's why I'm in for this. J50, this is a no-go for us, and I've said we can only wait. We are likely to get into this sell. All right, so for now, that's it. That's it. Let me actually do this. If I do this, this clearly shows that we are likely to actually continue with some buys still. So it's not yet ready to give us sells. It's likely to continue with some buys, with a weird momentum, but the buy is likely to continue. The buy is continuing actually. All right, J25 also I made an entry according to H4, and looking to swing it all the way up there. Why? Because of this rejection coming in here. So I'm waiting until it gets momentum to push, either to push sells or buys, but we are likely to see more buys than sells according to what we've seen on this level. Lastly, second last is J10. J10 for it is a no-go. Why? Because it may continue with buys. So it's a no-go for now. This is our support area. It may give us buys here, but if it comes up and fails to break this level, then we can actually come in with sells. So for now, no business for it. No business. And lastly is gold. Gold, if price fails to break that, then we may actually aim at this pullback according to M15 to give us this kind of scalp move to sell this gold asset, to push it all the way down below to this call it a conference area or support area, and then we can later continue with buys according to the trend. So for now, that's it. I have to wait for price to be below my 10 MA on M15 for me to make this kind of scalp sell move on gold. That's it for today. Market is slow, so if you can't afford to swing, to enter some swing trades, like I'm doing due to the competition, the tournament of deriv that we are in, then wait for scalp moves. Wait for scalp moves where you know that you can scalp and take your profits in like 10, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, maximum 1 hour, and move out. Yeah, that's it. But if you're scalping, then you can even wait for days, because this move here, it can even take days before it hits my stop loss, or even before it hits my TP. But as of now, I have those entries locked in on J25. The swings that I've entered is J25, V75, and of course V25 1S. Those are the swings that I've entered. J25, V75, and V25S. Those are the swings that I've entered. All right, let me wish you guys a good day. See you tomorrow, same time, 10:30 to 11:30. And those that actually want to join the the tournament, let me share the link actually in the group, in the comment there, so that you guys can also join if you want to. I've just started to trade it. It started a few hours ago, when we are still sleeping, I believe. So if you want to join and start to trade, then you can use that as the and register. That is a link there if you want to register and be part of the tournament, and of course get yourself in the competition. Otherwise, I'm also going to post it in a group, actually in our community, in the channel community, so that you guys can still use it. Those who are on the channel, you can go for it. If you're not in the channel, then you know what to do. If you're not in the channel, what has happened to the channels? What has happened to the channels? I don't see my channel. It's weird. Anyways, you have the link. I'll be posting that channel. The link also in the channel. Once I retrieve it, I don't know what is happening. I can't see it anywhere in the channels. I will have to wait and see if it will pop up again. But as of now, let me wish you guys a good day. All right, it has come, so let me share it here. For the contest. In fact, let me share this one here. Excuse me. All right, so the link is also in the community, in the channel. Otherwise, have a good day, guys. See you tomorrow. Hopefully by tomorrow the market will be a bit good for us to make some good money, even as intraday traders and scalpers. But as of now, today the market is slow for scalpers, intraday traders. Swingers can only get in and hold their positions and wait. So for now, let me wish you guys a good day. See you tomorrow, same time, 10:30 to 11:30. Bye bye.